everybody. I hope you guys are doing lovely. My name is Sayukti Seth, and I am here to help you plan your academics in the most appropriate and in the most fantastic manner because, of course, we have the most biggest examination coming up, which is the CUET. Precisely, I will dive a little deeper into the law aspect of it, but on the whole, we'll understand the structure of the examination, what is to be expected, and irrespective of the specific subjects, बाकी सब चीजें because CUET में common रहती है, so they're just going to play well for you. So fasten your seat belts because now for the next 10 minutes, I'm going to need your undivided attention ताकि आप समझ लो कि अगर आपको थर्ड वीक ऑफ मई में इतना बड़ा एग्जामिनेशन है तो उसको कैसे क्लियर करना है एंड अपने क्लैरिफाई कैसे करने हैं जितने भी impending doubts है. Also, guys, there is a fun fact that I read. It's not a fun fact. I think it's got to be a scary fact, in fact, and that is CUET में applications more than 13 lakh आते हैं. So if that is the amount of aspirants who are coming in to be giving the CUET, you know for a fact that this is not an easy paper. This is going to be a hardcore paper, and for that you will have to brace up, pull up your socks. And with that, let us begin into understanding क्या होनी चाहिए हमारी preparation strategy to be cracking CUET Law UG. Now, like I said, if CUET is your battlefield, I'm going to give you a battle plan. So let's strategize. Let's understand कैसे इतने Herculean paper को crack करना है and how is it that we can secure a seat for ourselves in our dream college and make a life worth living. Let's first things first try and understand कि paper pattern होता कैसा है. Of course, you know about it. आप लोग ने इतना सारा पढ़ लिया होगा, but मैं duty bound हूँ, तो I will also walk you through it. Conducting body हमारी होती है NTA, which is called the National Testing Agency. It is going to be a computer-based test, which means you will be allocated centers which will have computers. घर से नहीं दोगे आप, you will have to go to a center to be able to give it. The duration of it is going to be 1 hour per section. So everybody knows that there are going to be 3 sections altogether, and there are going to be 50 questions each. 1 घंटे का section होगा आपका. Total questions are 250, which is about 50 per section. This can be in combination of anything. There can be 2 domains, there can be 2 language, and then there can be 1 GAT, which is general aptitude test. There can be 1 language, there can be 3 domains, and then there can be 1 GAT. However you want the combination to be, but then the total will have to come to 250. Questions, of course, MCQ hoga. MCQ means multiple choice questions. So no theory. It is going to be chosen from the 4 options that we have. Marking scheme, there's going to be a +5 for every time you do a right answer. You get a -1 for an incorrect answer, and you get a 0 in case आपने कुछ भी उसमें mark नहीं किया होगा. Next, what are the sections that we have? So essentially the paper is divided into 1, 2, and 3. The first one is going to be a language comprehension section, which is upon your choice. आप उसमें से कोई भी language choice को ले सकते हो. Preferably अधिकतर लोग उसको English में लेते हैं, but that's going to be something that you can choose from the drop down list. आपके पास बहुत सारे हैं. We then have the domain. Now the domain again can be chosen as per your own convenience. जो भी आपको लगता है कि this is what is going to take me through. ये मेरे solid subjects हैं, इनमें मेरा सबसे अच्छा grip है. That's where you need to be picking up from. The GAT will essentially include GK, current affairs, your logical and analytical reasoning, and quantitative aptitude. GAT in itself stands for General Aptitude Test. So here ये लोग देखेंगे आपका aptitude कैसा रहता है. What is the importance of the CUET examination? Now it is a gateway to top central universities like AU, JNU, BHU, etc. We know for a fact that a plethora of universities are under the banner of CUET. CUET in itself stands for Common University Entrance Test. So if you know that you want to get into a university of your like, CUET is now going to be the way. Earlier, of course, independent admissions होते थे colleges में, but then they understood, no, we want a level playing field. हमें कोई ऐसी चीज चाहिए because see, everybody has a good day and a bad day. So basis your 12th marks और basis some entrance, जिस दिन क्या पता मेरी तबीयत खराब हो गई हो, मेरा performance इसलिए गिर गया हो. So they feel that this should not become the decisive index. ये the very parameter नहीं होना चाहिए, which is why they came up with a uniform structured examination, the CUET that we have. CUET is more of a concept based rather than principle heavy like CLAT and ALET. CLAT and ALET are application based. This is more of concept based, which is why your backing of the NCERT, आपने जो अभी तक school time में पढ़ा है, this is where it comes in. The other examinations don't have anything to do with, you know, the school examination that you have. But this is like an extension. So that is the beauty of CUET. अदर एग्जामिनेशंस के लिए आपको क्या करना होता है, आपको पूरा ही ओवरहॉल करना पड़ता है अपनी स्ट्रैटेजी. यू हैव टू स्टडी ओवर एंड अबव व्हाट यू स्टडी इन स्कूल, बट CUET allows you to extend what you studied in school, a tad bit more thorough knowledge of it, and of course your sense of application now has to be on point. High competition structured preparation is the key, like we discussed in the starting. 13 लाख लोग बहुत होता है. So of course ऐसे एग्जामिनेशन को क्रैक करने के लिए तो हमें भी, we will also have to make sure that we bulldoze all the other people and we make sure that our grounding is firm in the exam. Now, if you are getting into a language comprehension, that is the first section that we have. Mostly मोटा मोटा आपको किन चीजों में फोकस करना पड़ेगा. Of course there will have to be reading comprehension. बिना RC के, बिना unseen passages के तो इस पूरे जहान में, इस पूरी दुनिया में कोई एग्जामिनेशन हो ही नहीं सकता है. एग्जामिनर्स कहते हैं पेट में दर्द होता होगा कि RC नहीं पूछा. Then there is of course grammar and vocabulary. This is going to be irrespective of the language that you choose. So please make sure that if you've chosen a language, you're very well versed in it. आपको बहुत अच्छे से you know all the folds of the language. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि मेरे को फ्रेंच अच्छा लगा मैंने ले तो लिया, but then I don't know, I only know how to do basics. That's not what it is. Competitive level की आएगी. क्या करो आप उसके लिए, प्लीज रीड न्यूज़पेपर्स, बिकॉज कॉम्प्रिहेंशन ठीक करने का सबसे बढ़िया तरीका हमेशा न्यूज़पेपर्स होता है. It could be the Hindu, the Indian Express, or whichever that you like. But of course, both of these are the most celebrated, the most laudatory of the lot. Practice RCs, improve inference-based answering. You're going to see कि specifically CUET को inference-based questions बड़े अच्छे लगते हैं. So the number of questions that are going to be asked around the inference base is going to be more. So please make sure आप RC practice करते रहे, grammar के अपने rules को पढ़ते रहे, and of course daily dose of vocabulary. So by now I'm assuming आपके पास एक copy होगी जहाँ पे you must be penning down all the rules that are there, all the words that are there. Next, GK and current affairs. So now current affairs takes into account a little bit of legal also. Legal knowledge अलग से नहीं पूछेंगे, but इसी में वो लोग आपसे थोड़ा बहुत पूछ लेंगे. So cover static and of course the current GK that is going to be there. Follow daily sources, the Indian Express, the news channels that you have, just so that you have, and whatever be the publications that have been given to you. उसमें से निकालो सारा. Please make sure that by now you should have journals ready of, you know, all important events. And yes, यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा you will have to ensure that mugging up is also something that is happening. Revise the important constitution articles, laws and judgment. ये भी कर लो, because legal GK भी आती है बहुत prominently. Constitution के articles को पढ़ लो. A lot is happening around, you know, the legal fraternity nowadays. So please be prepared कि इसके questions can just be thrown upon, and you should not be surprised. Please make sure you're knowing of all of the landmark judgments, because if you're specifically choosing law, then I think, you know, it makes sense for them to be asking anything around it. We then have in the GAT logical and analytical reasoning. इसके लिए critical reasoning पे आपको काम करना पड़ेगा. So make sure you brush up your concepts of critical reasoning, your assumptions, your inferences, your course of action, your strong and weak arguments, your syllogisms, your blood relation, your puzzles, your courses of action, all things in it. Make sure that you're practicing at least 5 questions daily of each. Please make sure it's not 5 in total, it is 5 each. Solve the past year papers, because nothing can give you more structure, nothing can give you more grounding and confidence more than, you know, what the past year papers will actually give you. Quants के section में maths, because GAT map से maths भी पूछा जाएगा. Please make sure आप arithmetic and data interpretation पढ़ ले रहे हो. You need to know your NCERT concepts very, very well. So dig and remember all those fond memories of maths that you have, because 8th से 10th तक की NCERT लगेगी. Solve 10 questions, ensuring there is speed also and that there is accuracy as well. I've made a small study plan as to how it should be. Now, mota mota liya hai, right? Anytime that you start now, this is what it is vaguely going to keep into consideration. So the first 2 weeks, do some foundation building. If foundation building is going to be, you're going to cover the basics, start reading newspaper and work on your legal reasoning. So here is when you must make sure कि आपका theoretical side जितना है वो खत्म हो जाए, ताकि बाद में इसमें नहीं परेशान हो रहे. Then week 3 to 4, you're going to focus on the speed and accuracy. Please remember everybody, speed and accuracy are inversely proportional. दोनों साथ में नहीं बढ़ते हैं. After a point of time wherein you have practiced a lot is when both of them will go hand in glove, but not until then. So make sure दोनों में से कोई एक चीज एक बार में बढ़ेगी. पहले चूज करना है तो हमेशा accuracy followed by speed. Don't swap it, otherwise accuracy will never come in. So increase your reading comprehensions, bump up the numbers, do legal practice, revise GK, do your notes, and of course solve the PYQs. Your week 5 to 6, this is called the range of advanced practice. Now you are not going to go back to the basics. You're not going to get troubled with usko kaise karna hai. आप उसमें full length mocks को करोगे, analysis करोगे, analyze करोगे जो भी आपकी mistakes है, and you're going to strengthen the weak areas. Here is where the core practice comes in. And your final 2 weeks, it's called the exam simulation. Now you're gearing up for the exam. You have to get into the mood of it. जितने भी worldly distractions है सबको subtract कर दो, सबको minus कर दो. Tell everybody to stay away for until the day of the examination. Do daily mocks, quick revisions, and make sure that your GK and legal information is thoroughly revised. Some quick tips for success. कुछ नहीं समझ में आ रहा है तो दिन भर में इतने chores checklist बना के जरूर खत्म कर लेना. Daily 1 RC, 5 reasoning questions, 10 GK facts. Please make sure उतना हो रहा है. Weekly mock test आप दे रहे हो and analysis, and the closer you get to it, this should bump up to 2 to 3 mocks a week. Right? Make short notes for quick revision. Please make sure that you've either highlighted your material or you have condensed the material externally someplace. ऐसा ना हो कि इतनी सारी copious amounts of books के बीच में हम लोग डूब के पढ़ रहे की कोशिश करें. Don't drown and study material. Make sure that you now have, quick pointers. Flashcards ready रख लो, post-its ready रख लो. Wherever you have go-to information to yourself. Stay updated with the current affairs, which are going to be, of course, for the 6 months. If so much is being taken care of, you are definitely cracking the CUET examination. With time, I will start doing some very domain-specific CUET videos so that all the people who are struggling to choose what should be my combination and within the combination, detailed तरीके से क्या करना है, that video can be handy. But you know for a fact that Google has made our life simpler. So don't wait for something like that to come out. Reach out to your nearest mentor or whoever is available. Or of course, if nothing, we've got all of the AI tools, Google, to help you secure all of that information. No more dilly-dallying, guys. You are racing against time now and the clock is already ticking. Please make sure you have already started on your journey to the preparation, because you will not settle for anything but the moon. Make sure CUET is your target and your dream college is something जो आपने सामने अपने बोर्ड पे लगा के रखा है. Until next time, comment करना please आपको अगली वीडियो कौन सी चाहिए, and I will be very glad to make a video around it. And until then, one more time, please make sure आपकी preparation अच्छे से हो रही है, and I will keep seeing you time and again with more such videos. Thank you so much. Have a great day.